Elisha, Amponsah, also known as Blackdiamond on the beats. People play instruments because of women. People play instruments because they want to get attention, because of fame and stuff. He was playing, I was like, uncle, this doesn't sound right. You have to press here. This guy is teaching me and I'm telling him what to do. And then that night when my mom picked us up, I stole my uncle's keyboard. I took it home with me. I worked with Mr. Silva, Sonny Bali. I've worked with different Kojo, Darko Vibes, Dion Boache, Focus Stoneboy, and Sean Paul, Struck. I've worked with Sarko there.
Right, so talk us through that process where you managed to get the deal from Stoneboy featuring Sean Paul and how it all came about.
Okay, so it's also a very funny story. Like I was I was doing an event called Afro Touch in Belgium, and I was basically trying to raise money to build my studio. So obviously I invited a few artists from Ghana, like celebrities from Ghana, a couple celebrities from France, and I did a festival sort of thing. And I ended up losing a lot of money that I could have actually used to build my studio. And I remember I created the demo beats that I was going to use for my website. So it was at church. I did a beat, quick 5 minutes beats. And then I've got a friend that used to manage me at the time. His name is Paulus. He sent me a message on Snapchat. He was like, yo, send me this right now. I'm going to send it to Stoneboy. And then I was like, this beat is like rubbish. She's like, nah. I was like, nah, this beat it's not nice. It's like, let me send you another one. He was like, nah, send me this one. Let me send it to Stoneboy. So sends it to Stoneboy, and then Stoneboy is like, yo, this beat is fire, blah blah blah. He sends me screenshots, and I'm gassed. I'm happy. I'm like, yo, Stoneboy likes my stuff, so cool. Next minute, I'm hearing Stoneboy wanted to feature, I think, Kojo Fonz or Malik Berry. They were aiming for these people, and then he did his connections with what's it called, with Sean Paul, and then I got a call saying that Sean Paul is going to jump on the track. And at that point, I remember his manager or his A&R was asking me for like a CAE number, which is basically a producer's number that you need so that I'm going to be able to get money off my production. And at that point, I didn't have it. It's only £100 that you have to pay, and that's for life. But I couldn't afford it. So we did the deal, signed the contract, everything. And then they were asking me for my CAE number. I couldn't give it to them. I was stressing so much, thinking I'm gonna lose on my opportunity because I really needed to do it ASAP. So yeah, we done that. We did everything that we needed to do. And then next minute, I get the song sent to me. I hear Sean Paul on it. I'm like, rah. This is mad. This is like a crazy opportunity. And then yeah, since then I continued working with Stoneboy. He came to Belgium to do. He was performing at the festival, and then he came down. I had to set up a band for him, played for him, and then he exchanged. Well, he took my number. Like, so humble. Stoneboy is such a humble person. For me, he was up there. Like, you know, he came down on a friendship level, and then he took my phone. He's like, yeah, this is my number, just message me, send me more beats and stuff. And I built a relationship with him, a friendship. And then yeah, since then I've never looked back as well.
So talking about that, what would you say inspires you to do what you do?
What inspires me? That's a good question. I think my life inspires me to do what I'm doing, because music is spiritual. Music is is food to your soul, I would say. So what inspires me is everything that I've been through and the things that I've seen in the world that inspire me to make my music. That's the way I can express myself. Like, I can express myself through music better than me actually talking, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Right. So let's get up close and personal here. As a human being, has there been any lowest point in your life?
Oh, a lot. There's been countless times.
Would you want to share any of them with us?
Yeah, I'll share a few. So one of my lowest point in my life was when I went through a depression, like a serious one, where I even attempted like suicide like 3 times. Even prior to that, I wanted to stop making music. I literally dismantled everything that I had. And yeah, it's true. I'm gonna keep it a bit short, but I got disappointed by friends. I was also in a relationship that I thought I would be in it for life, you know. But things happened. Things didn't go as planned. I did mistakes. I did a lot of things that I got pushed to do a lot of. I mean, not a lot, but I got pushed to do certain mistakes in my life. You know, do I regret? I learn from it, and we move, and we're stronger and better. You know, like one door closes, another door opens. So yes, I was in a very, very dark place, and normally music heals me when I'm in that phase, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. And at that point, I really thought, you know what? Let me make time for myself. Let me assess my life. And because the thing is, when it comes to boys and girls, like they always want to be the victim in a situation, and they've made this whole thing like guys don't have feelings, we don't have emotions, we don't cry. They think that these strong guys, you know, guys don't like talking about it, but behind the scenes, like we go through a lot, you know. And one thing with us is like, cool, we don't show it outside, but when we go through stuff, we go through a lot. Like we go through like deep times, you know. And I thank God for my family, for my mother especially, my mom and my sisters. Like they've been there for me, held me down. They didn't know what I was going through because I hid it really nice. I hid it really well. But then obviously when I opened up to them and told them, they were there for me, held me down, and it's been the best moments in my life.
For your level, someone would say you've tasted fame. Would you say that sort of got into your head or contributed to whatever you might have been through?
Tasted fame. I wouldn't really say it like that. The only thing I could say is with the experience that I've had, and I know that I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet. For me, I always want to go to an extra level, you know. So I've learned to humble myself. I've learned to, this is one thing that I will always do, and that's how I walk. It's good to stay humble and not make things get into your head too quick, because if you praise yourself, you drop down quick. If you humble yourself and you let your work talk for yourself, and you sustain and you keep going higher. So I never let anything get to my head. And one of my experiences was like, I shaped certain artists myself. I can personally say that I shaped them, and then they let their fame get to them, them, so their characters changed, the way they were talking to people, family changed. So me seeing this live in color, I'm like, I thank God that I'm seeing it, because I don't want to be this person, you know. And one other thing is, I've tasted poverty, you know. That's one thing that has humbled me. I came from a family where we didn't have nothing, you know, and maybe I might still have nothing, but how I carry myself, people will think, nah, this guy's loaded, this guy's got money, but it's just the grace of God, you know. It's just the grace of God that we're here, man. And God keeps blessing if you're humble, you know. Sometimes I know I've got a couple of friends that will always look at me like, this guy, what's so special about this guy? How come he's got this and we don't have this? And then obviously it brings a lot of confusion, it brings a lot of hatred, a lot of jealousy. Yeah, so I'll always be humble, calm in my corner. And one thing I'm gonna say to you guys is that if you're destined to be great, you don't usually have friends. You don't actually really have friends, because they're not on the same level. You can't, if you try to go to the next level with them, they don't think like you can't move forward. So God will make sure He will delete certain people off your life so that you can get there. I mean, you have to allow yourself for that transition. But this is what happened to me, and I thank God, and I'm grateful for everything that I've been through. And God is still blessing me, and He's gonna bless me. I know that.
If you had an opportunity to change one thing about your life, what would it be?
If I had to change one thing about my life, I would be selfish.
Why?
Because I've been my kindness. People took my kindness for granted. I mean, I come from a family that we like giving. We think about people more than we think of ourselves. It's made like in a way people or the people that I've been good to, and I keep being good because I've got a big heart. I can't stop giving. I can't stop giving love. I mean, I can't stop it. And because of that, people are taking me for like, you know, they take me for granted. They play with me. They think that because, oh, Elisha he's always going to do this for me. Even if I do this to him, he's still going to come back. He's still going to be my boy. He's still going to be this and that. If the thing is, I've prayed about it. I tried to take off myself. I mean, I try to be selfish, but I just can't. It's not in my nature. God said, help one another. That's what I'm doing. But if there was one thing that I wanted to change, is I think in life sometimes you have to force yourself in certain areas. So I think now if you see a change in me, I haven't changed. My price has gone up. That's it.
Right, finally, what should you expect from Blackdiamond and your record label?
Okay, so that's a good question and I like it. So what I'm planning to do is I want my life story to inspire people, because I haven't really said much on this interview, simply because I want to share my story with people. I want to share what I've been through, what I really went through, what caused it and stuff. So and one thing, God's timing is the best, because 3-4 years ago I've always wanted to like bring out my own project, like my EP or a mixtape or something. And during that time I had like certain waves in my life, you know, I went through certain things, and God always gave me like songs. I used to write for people, but then God gave me specific songs that I needed to bring out myself. So I'm coming up with an EP. I wanted to release it a few years ago, but this year is a perfect year for me to release it, because it suits in perfectly into what I went through and what people are going through. and I'm literally gonna share my life story in my EP. So by September, you should expect something great, and I'm gonna be deep. So you're gonna learn something new about myself, a lot of surprises. So yeah, that's my EP coming out. It's called Exodus, The Strings of Life. And then we're gonna have more artists. I've signed more artists that I'm gonna introduce soon. And then what's next? Yeah, the rest you'll see it. But yeah, I've got like a lot of projects coming out this year. And yeah.
Your final words?
My final words, I would say, when you're doing something, if you wanna be successful in life, pray a lot. Keep things to yourself. Don't even try to tell your best friend, because your best friend can be a witch. Straight, you know. You could be boys with someone, but that person wishes death on you, you know. So that's one thing I'm gonna say. Keep yourself to yourself, and I mean it. Don't even open your mouth to your family and think, because it's my family, so this and that. Keep things to yourself, work on it and make it happen, and let the rest speak for itself. And then one other thing I would advise my young guys, if you're trying to do music, don't think about money, don't think about girls too much, because if you do music, it comes with girls. Like, even if you don't go around girls will come to you, and it's very dangerous. If you think about money too much as well, you won't be able to focus on your talent. You won't be able to grow in your craft. So believe in yourself. Don't listen to don't listen to what someone will tell you. If there's a lot of people making music, but if that's what you want to do, believe in yourself and make it happen. Push and practice every day, and yeah, don't give up on your dreams. There will be days where you give up. You'll be like, no, I'm done, nothing is working for me. But trust me, I've dismantled my machines like over 20 times, and I realized that I love music. Like, music is my life, and I've seen the progress over the past year. So keep doing yourself and push, and you'll make it. That's it. God first. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're done.
Blackdiamond beat.